Whose birthday is it?
Maestro. It's mine, it's Ben Zollinger's, it's Benjamin Hornack's, it's Vanessa's, and it's Jesse Tanner's.
And it's Ricardo Delpra.
And Ricardo Delpra.
All the way to Brazil.
You can just do it for me.
There we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jennifer. Happy birthday to you.
I just saw this.
That was $17.10.
Marcus said I didn't pay for that, did I? I do not approve that expense. We'll take up a collection after. Hi, Jacob.
How are you?
Although she told me very
Hey, Jacob, aren't you
why she was
overdressed?
For
Warm
For
outside.
life?
He brings it every day.
Steve came in my office yesterday about 4 o'clock with his suit coat off, and he's like,
rolled up.
I'm like, what did you do? Just work out? He's like, no, I'm sitting in my office.
It's bad.
That's what's
hot, man. Awesome.
I'm not
And
gonna
if anybody complains
No
about the
complaining.
heat,
No.
I will personally beat you with a stick. That's all I have to say. 2 hard winters, 1 crappy summer.
Just different.
I think we've had like 10.
Right. It's been since like
I'm
09.
trying to be generous.
Right, no, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how's the throne?
I'm good. I'm good. I did a resistance band last night, so who knows where it'll go. There's no telling what could happen.
Watch the windows.
That's why Jesse's on the front row today. He's got to check yes, so he's safe. Go for it.
Okay, Tom Art, Lori Ahi, Nate Bear, Charlie Bagg.
Nate's here.
Yep.
Not bad. Hey, we're usually good. We usually in sync.
Les Bailey, Robert Bassett,
Oh, Robert's here. Anna, watch out. Oh, there you go. Good. That was very kind.
Joe Bell, Matt Bex, Jared Bjerkstrand, Scott Blair, Bob Holding.
Jacob calls me Bob.
Jacob calls me
I do.
Bob. Do you really call him Bob? It sounds
Bob
like
Bassett.
It's Bob Bassett.
With the elbows on
You're
it.
not
That's
first
what
or
he calls
last.
No, Bob
Very Talladega Nights. I'll be Bassett.
Bassett sounds like something that should be on a Hollywood sign. That's what I'm saying. Right?
That's your name. I love that, man.
Shake and bake with Bobby Bassett.
Does everybody know Nathan?
Yeah, Nathan Brown
Hey,
is
how's it
here with us, team leader from Portland Central. Yay! Nathan, I gotta tell you, I'm actually really impressed with their turnout, seeing as it's 80 degrees outside already. I didn't expect anybody to be here today, so.
People.
I know, honestly, I did. Keep going.
Whew. Okay, Marcy Bouchard, Carl Brent, Dave Brown.
Get him.
Oh, around the balloon. That's not a big shot.
Kristen Cole.
It's been like a week.
Kai Coleman, Kevin Cross.
I don't know when I do it.
Yeah, it's dancing. With straight hair, looking gorgeous.
As always.
Hey.
Okay, all right, guys. Kai Coleman, Kevin Cross, Jeff Davis, Steve Day, Brett Dewan, Matt Dimmick.
Dimmick.
Dimmick's here.
You're making it swinging for the cheap sheet.
I'm hungry too. Haven't eaten in days. I'm hungry.
There's no jalapenos in that.
Michelle Dorner, Kieran Bayer, Ed Erickson, Todd Esty, John Fendich.
Is that his first? I think it is.
Todd?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. That's Todd's first. Yes. Awesome for Todd. That's Mickey Hudson's buyer's agent in the Valley.
Cool. Man.
Super cool dude.
Okay, all right. Maybe I just used to sing so much.
That's it.
Sean Fields, Lisa Frazier, Mark Frenzel, Patty Kopinski, Kelly Harris, Quake Hayden, BJ Hornack, Vicky
Happy
Hudson.
birthday, BJ, if you see him.
Right, that's right. Did you guys see him? It was also his birthday.
Yeah.
Gregory Kroom, July Leslie, Kylie Lucas, Amy Mackey Hornack.
July's writing up an offer right now, especially.
Is she?
Yes, she
I
is.
told her that she needed to be down here for singing your happy birthday.
She shall listen.
So when she comes in late, we should force a solo on her? Yeah.
In Japanese.
Did what?
He's gonna leave him on.
Of all places, you beat him in the eye.
Protective eyewear.
No, it went over.
Oh, wonderful. Of course, I landed over. You have to workers' comp policy back up.
The Jason mask.
Now we go 0 days without a work.
We'll have a $10 workers' comp fee per file. Thanks to Jennifer.
Karen McMaster, Christy Tanner Mock, Reed Moore, Debbie Wimmer, Holly Meyer, Stephen Ollendorf, Fred Owen.
I'm gonna call that Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make an executive decision. It's the only one I get all week.
Amy Pelletier, Dan Potts, Kathleen Poulin, Brittany Radford, Jonathan Rodriguez, who's in Hawaii and just got married this weekend.
Whoa. Jonathan.
Right?
Beautiful wedding. On the
Yeah.
beach.
Oh, man.
Grandma Leia.
Right? They should be in
Gorgeous
Hallmark
place.
cards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Michelle
On
Sanford,
Pinterest.
Diane Shearer, Brian Sherburne, Beth Simpson, Stuart Smith, Jennifer Stallcup,
You're no fun.
I am sorry.
fastball.
You want me to hit her in the back of the head with this?
Yeah.
Steve says the eye. The eye.
I can throw mine from back here too.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys, really.
In the reach.
Show you the love.
Right.
Dawn Storm, Caroline Striano, Jeffrey Siskel, Ryan Tollefson, Kristen Van Wee, Randy Wagner, Dar Walden, Felicity Williams, Denny Wood.
Don't duck.
Denny's got like the rock star tan. He looks like the California guy. He doesn't look like he just walked out of Carmel or
Tuesday through
something.
Sunday on the river.
Sunday, yeah.
Tuesday through Sunday.
That's Tuesday through Sunday? Wow, that's awesome. It's the Monday, it's the 1/8 instead of the 4/10 schedule. We like that. So, okay, tons of stuff going on. I'm gonna actually do this so we're not blinding ourselves.
I just moved.
Oh, that works too.
One more time.
Well, you get pretty high tech there, Jennifer.
Hey,
Turn that thing off.
I'll teach you a thing or two. That was
Next
fun.
week,
Okay,
it's
that's
the
it.
TV remote.
Don't ask me to get into volume. Because now we're in uncharted territory. So I look around in the room, someone help me. What is that? So anybody new, I just want to make sure, I don't think we have anybody new to introduce today. Do we? Am I missing anyone? We already got your crew, Linwood. It's not new. I'm sorry.
I was hoping that you would do that. That's awesome. I feel new again.
Linwood, thank you for being here.
Sorry,
We're just happy to have you.
The baby daddy lives.
You know what, because he's sleeping in the NICU and the motorhome, I'm not gonna throw it at him.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that.
He doesn't need to
Almost
know.
lost one this morning.
Tomorrow I won't even remember.
So welcome to Keller Williams, the Bell twins, and we're super excited, guys. They're doing, you want to give us a quick update on their health
Yeah, they,
condition? 8 weeks early, basically, for those of you who didn't know.
yeah, they both are off oxygen, are progressing well. Now, over the next few days, we should see them start to gain some weight, and yeah, hopefully just keep continuing to excel at this point. So they'll be in there probably 6 to 8 weeks, so it'll be a challenging time in terms of getting sleep while dealing with a 2-year-old.
So Grayland's the one we're really.
I need babysitters about 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. They're not allowed.
Seriously, if anybody knows some great babysitters or can help, that's the challenge.
How's she at the overnight?
Huh?
How's she at the overnight?
Oh, is Grayla?
Yeah.
Oh, she's solid.
She's a 2-year-old.
Wouldn't have an issue.
She's incredibly well adjusted. They traveled the world with this kid, like
Yeah.
seriously. No, she's that's a big
She's gonna
challenge.
make
They've got
a
daycare. Hi,
Hey,
July.
July.
She has coffee. Okay, fine. I won't hurt. Steve's like, really? You're hitting everybody else in the
And he still had to dodge
Other people walk in and get it handed to them. That's a big challenge. So that's how we can help, guys. Anything that we can come up with to help with Grayland, because those who don't know, in the NICU, she cannot be there. And so, you know, Mom's there, obviously, and Joe's there as much as he can be to support Melissa and the babies. So kind of tough to balance. She's not 2 yet even. I mean, what, 19 months?
22.
22, yeah. August she'll be 2. So, super excited to have the babies. Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Was that for you? Was that a cheer, or were you
I
wanting to
think
add
it was
something?
cheers.
There was
I think
cheers at the
Okay. Where are we going with that?
One for your homies?
Any other announcements before we get into training? Any other announcements before we get into training stuff going on that, guys, Casey, Janine, Allison, Jacob, am I missing? No? Okay. So training events coming up, 2 phenomenal, we're really excited to have 2 great pieces of training for you in the month of July. And we're really trying to get them out there now because I get that July is
Dip netting season?
yep. And there you go. Fishing. She just went right to the you guys are traveling, you're out on the river, you're outside, and if it's like this, I know how it's going to be. So July 17th from 1 to 4 is 4 disciplines of execution. There is no cost for this. First of all, well, you know what? We did this training with our Market Center staff on Saturday. Can I share the yin and the yang? Yes. So I just have to tell you guys this because this is so funny perspective. I don't know if you guys know, but Shayna is, you know, we have some runners on staff. Not just like we go run, but like runners. Like Allison is training and competing. Shayna is a runner. Runners don't do the color run. There's no time.
Not if they know what they're doing.
There's no time, there's no clock, and so therefore, why are we running if we're not competing? And it's, there's 15,000 people, and they started in waves, and obviously it was just a huge party, right? And it was awesome and totally fun.
And what's wrong with that?
Thank you. So we're here on Saturday. We start at 11:30, knowing that most of our people were doing the color run. And Shayna comes walking in, and she's cleaned up, and she just goes, never again, ever, ever will I do that run. Oh my gosh, my OCD is freaking out. It's never, awful, miserable, awful, yuck. 5 minutes later, Janine comes bouncing in her full gear, totally colored out. That was the best thing! Like, no exaggeration. That was so much fun. It was a rave. It was like the family reunion road trip all over again. Exactly. It's all about perspective and where you come from.
Actually, she told that story right afterwards to show the difference between the two.
Totally different attitude. So just not neither bad or good, just, you know, like Shane is a runner. That was a party, not a race.
That was a darn mess.
But we welcome all diversity. Love them all.
Exactly. So, but would you guys, so we did the 4 disciplines of execution, and it was kind of my launch, the launch of the program, and also my test run teaching it. So there was a few bumps in the road, and we learned a few things that will help us present it at a high level to you guys. But would you guys mind maybe sharing an aha or something that you got from that, just so these guys know sort of what a taste of it is? Sorry to put you on the spot like that, but.
Well, yeah, you know, I think really being able to hone in and submit for me, because I've always struggled with lead measures and lag measures, you know, and that idea that I think we all struggle with we all have lots of great ideas, and how many of us subscribe to 20 different programs, you know, different stuff, because everything's a great idea, and it's the idea of getting small, getting focused.
Say no, sometimes you have to say no to good ideas, is the statement from the class. And that's not bad. And you may implement those later, but sometimes it's okay to say no to a good idea, and actually you have to say no. It's not even just that it's okay to, it's that you have to. Any other ahas from the class, from those guys that took it? Yes, ma'am.
I liked how the very end, like the accountability aspect, because it makes you realize that what you do affects everyone else. So if someone else isn't pulling the weight, like it makes you not want to be that person.
Yeah.
not be the weakest link.
I
Yes.
love that I just heard the words, I like accountability. I'm done. Call it a day. We're all going home right now. That's that. You're my hero. Yes, ma'am.
I really love the team building aspect of it and how the whole team finds their part for every goal and defines what that is and then comes together to be accountable to each other.
Yeah, you guys figure it out.
It would be incredibly rewarding for, I mean, I know it is for us, and I think for every team here, it's something we'll be able to implement and really make use of it.
And if you're not a team, you are your own team. You get that? Like, it doesn't have to be that you have multiple people. I mean, we talk about in this class, we talk about how do you use this with your kids. And you listen to it, and Nathan, you and I were in the certification training together. Any thoughts that you would want to share?
Yeah, it was, for me, it kind of took the one thing, you know, I mean, we're all familiar with that, it's come out, and the theory of focus on the one thing and get small, yes, but then I think sometimes I was missing the application of that. And what 40X did for me was it just kind of sealed everything up with a bow of like, once you drill down on what that one thing is, how do you make sure that one thing gets done every single time it's supposed to?
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, totally. You?
Yeah. You know what, the biggest thing that I took away from it was when you said that the average person ends up wasting an hour and a half of their workday.
1.7 hours a day.
Not 1.7 hours a day is wasted, but 1.7 hours of your workday is
Yeah,
wasted.
8 days, 8 hours, yeah.
Right? And we're really just trying to drill down, I mean, it takes the 80-20 and drills it down to your 90-10 really, and it figures out how you can fit your 10%, like 45 minutes out of your day. When you waste twice that, just Facebook can't be not that.
Yeah.
So that was one of the biggest things that I
One more, I got one more.
He's a team leader. Come on up.
This is what blew my mind, that it acknowledged the craziness that is our lives. And it doesn't expect you to ignore that. In fact, it teaches to embrace the craziness and still execute in spite of it or in the midst of it. And that was probably the biggest thing for me, was like, it was like, yeah, things are always gonna be probably crazy, so how do you still execute in that? And that's my favorite part of the problem.
Yeah, and we talk, yeah, go ahead.
I just want to clarify, so what I'm hearing is the teams need to have all three players in.
It would be incredibly helpful because it is a working class. So I think I only taught, quite honestly, for an hour, maybe an hour and 30 minutes if you put the end all together. And the rest of it is a work session. I mean, we spent a ton of time, and it's so great to be able to do this in an environment where you can be coached through it, saying, okay, what is our WIG? Which is pretty easy to identify, that's fast. But then you get into what's our lag measures and what's our lead measures. What did you guys experience when we did that?
No.
Well, some of the
A lot of
things
saying
were
no.
just what our personal commitments are, but weren't actually lag or.
A lead measure, yeah, we were identifying commitments, which weren't lead measures, which just all makes sense when you take the class, but just working through the process to really get it down to what are we tracking and how to build a great scoreboard is the other thing. So I would absolutely encourage you to have all members of your team there, because I think you'll walk away then not having to go back and explain to them, okay, here's what our vision is, now buy in. Because part of our process was I never told them what the lead measures were or what the lag they identified, discovered, embraced, and said, this is what our measures are. And so it's their measures, not me dictating. And I think that was from the training, right, Nathan? We don't dictate.
Right.
But they still call you the queen, right? I don't want to be that.
To my face, behind my back.
We have different names.
So July 17th, there's a possibility, I really believe if you embrace this, we may need a different facility for this. There is an Eventbrite link, I will post it on my Facebook. Actually, Janine, I will not post it on mine today, and it'll get lost in some of the birthday stuff. So will you post it on the Keller Williams Alaska page for us? And we have the event right here. It is free, but we need you to register just so we can track how many, because I don't want everybody to show up and we're like, you've been in here when it's packed before, and we're talking about 3 hours. I don't want you uncomfortable. So if you'll register for that, guys, this is another profit share opportunity. Invite your friends at other companies. They don't get this. where they are, I promise. Promise, promise. And it's not, hey, I want you to move to Keller Williams. It's, we're taking this great class on how to identify our goal and get there. I would love for you to take it with me. It's free.
I have one more thing about the class.
Please.
So our goals for the Market Center, like our admin team goals and stuff, and what Jen and Jacob do, our goals are huge, like ridiculously huge. And so I think that without us kind of almost midway through the year taking this, I'm not 100% sure that we would be able to have the focus to meet those goals. But I really strongly believe that we're going to.
I agree.
And our goals are huge, they're crazy.
Scary.
Scary, I know.
Big thing.
They're wild.
Wildly.
They're wildly.
So, yes.
I'm guessing this would also be a great touch. I just want to make sure before I do it, a great touch to people in our database of business owners.
I absolutely think so. Well, I mean,
Is it just
we're
realistic
looking
related,
at
or-
potentially, sorry, mosquitoes. This is totally ghetto, but my ankles are just itching like crazy. We are actually looking at delivering it, we were just talking about it earlier today, getting it on the calendar to a local business that has said, we would love to have this training. Understand that this is not a real estate class. This is Franklin Covey, Stephen Covey, and leadership book. The state of Georgia, Kroger, help me, St. Vincent's Hospital, Marriott Hotels.
Yes, I mean, it's crazy. The list goes on and on and on and on.
I'd love to invite some of my clients or business owners and some of my service providers.
I think it would be a great value add because it has nothing to do with real estate. Is that-
From a business perspective, it takes whatever your WIG is, and you define that at the very beginning, and it just breaks down, I mean, like you said, if you're not in the team, then it breaks down you as an individual are the team. I mean, you are the rainmaker, the buyer, seller, seller. It just breaks down what you have to do in order to meet your WIG. So from a business perspective, from a real estate perspective, from a personal perspective.
Most of the examples used are from like OSHA compliance, reducing the number of accidents on the job site, increasing upsells on hotels, bar packages for corporate events. I mean, they're business examples. Yes, ma'am.
So I was thinking about scanning this in, and a few people I could email it to, but there's a typo.
I moved it once. Where is it?
Success.
Please tell me.
CWS always has.
Okay, so don't use this one. Hi, business owners, here's how to come to a class. Oops, thought we caught them all. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you.
Hey, it wasn't me for once.
You're right.
You need to catch up.
That doesn't mean she didn't see it.
That isn't here. No, perfect.
You know my huge attention to detail.
I know, I'm actually pretty impressed. You don't have any C in you at all.
Stumbled over that.
Okay, so 4DX training is coming July 17th, and then also Monica Reynolds. We're getting a lot of registrations for that. And so we appreciate you guys being proactive and jumping on and registering, and continue. Again, we just sent out mailers to realtors outside of KW that have assistance. So again, great profit share opportunity for you. We already have some outside KW people committed and registered to be there. Incredible training, can save you tons and tons of time in training your own assistant. So we want to make sure we help you guys get
And you're training
efficient.
them at the top level.
Yeah, you're training at the very top.
Yes.
Anything else on training that I need to mention? Yes, sir.
Thursday, do our ECE, mindset listings, free.
Did everybody hear that? We're getting close.
Right here?
It's lunchtime.
Right here. Noon.
What day? Thursday?
Thursday noon.
Which class? Thursday at noon, mindset of listings.
Mindset to listings.
Mindset to listings, ECE hours, free to KW peeps here. Start getting those continuing eds.
For me and all two of you who will probably show up with this wonderful letter.
Yeah, I know, right?
This Thursday?
Yes, this Thursday.
This is 24 November, when your class will be packed.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is there anything else I am forgetting?
I was gonna say, that's on training costs. What time's the class Thursday?
Noon.
Is that it?
What about
BJ has the training.
the insurance thing at 12:30?
Edge.
It's just for a small number of people.
Yeah.
So
You and
there's only a couple people doing that, selected. So no, I'll tell you later. Edge, what now?
BJ Hornak, he's, what is he, the liaison now?
Ambassador.
He's ambassador,
Liaison sounds good.
like what Jen Stalcup used to do. He's doing that now, and he is gonna cover like the new dot loop, which,
I heard it.
No, it looks awesome. It looks so much simpler, but I'm so used to the complicated one. But that's gonna be next Wednesday from noon to like 2:30. So if you have transaction coordinators, or if you input your .loop stuff yourself, someone has to use .loop in order for you to review it and for you to get paid. So
It's here.
Yep. Just drop in. BJ's gonna go over it.
Yep. Absolutely.
I looked at your calendar, was it Thursday or Wednesday?
Your class?
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me, I don't know.
Huh?
The 19th is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay, so
Maybe it's
change
tomorrow.
it. Check your calendar, check your calendar. Okay, so today, on the schedule for team meeting is a little bit of leadership conversation. And I was talking with Jacob about this before we came down here. You know, we teach so much on leadership here. And I know you guys are always like, oh my gosh, we teach so much on leadership here. And I know that there's I think even subconsciously, I think there may be a drunk monkey, to use a bold term, when some people say, you know, I don't have a team. I don't have an assistant. I'm a single agent, or I only have one person. So every time, Jen, you keep talking about leadership, 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 I hear you, I think it's great, but I don't get to practice that because I don't have a crew. And I want you to stop for a minute, and some of you will remember this exercise, and we did it a while back. I'm going to do it again before we start with this. I want you to all close your eyes for a second. Don't worry, this isn't an altar call. But close your eyes for a second. And I want you to think of 3 big goals you want to accomplish. Matt Dimmitt, close your eyes. Stop cheating. Think of 3 goals you want to accomplish over the next year. It can be personal, I don't care what it is. Personal, financial, spiritual, with your family, real estate, business, anything. Once you've thought of those 3 goals, I want you to think of which one of those goals can you accomplish without the assistance and aid of other people. Can you do any of them? You can open your eyes, wake up. Nope. You can't, right? So we need people to move us forward. We're not lone rangers. So even if you're an agent on your own, or you have a tiny team, or you have a big team, or I don't care what your station is in the real estate business. If you're brand spanking new and you got your license yesterday, Jesse, Casey, Chris, you're like a veteran now.
Old news.
But if you're brand new, there's nothing you get to do without other people. Kim and Terry are like, well, we're new, and again, you're veterans now too. Once you're past 3 weeks, you're considered experienced. So the first place we start with leadership is leading who? Ourselves. Okay, that's a great concept. Lead yourself. My business will only grow to the extent I do. You guys all know the Kellerisms, the Maxwellisms, the stuff. Here's the interesting thing. I was sitting here reading last night, I was thinking about it, and I'm going, okay, how? Can anybody give me a rhetorical question? 1, 2, 3, 4, how to lead myself? Like, I mean, I get the concept, I understand it, but my linear brain says, well, what does that look like? Does that just mean I work really hard? Does that mean I try and do a really good job? Like, I want some concrete steps. I'll give you an example. Have you ever heard someone tell you, like, when you're facing a tough situation, and they say, you know what, you just gotta let it go? We've all heard that, right? Here was my question for years. That's great, how? Again, I understand the concept, but someone tell me how. And it wasn't until I went to a Keller Williams event, Quantum Leap, down in Seattle, like 4 or 5 years ago, and the speaker was telling, and I won't go into it, but he was telling this awful life story. I mean, it was just terrible. All these things he encountered, and all these things that were going to happen to him, and how he was just living totally paralyzed because the FBI was going to show up, and he was going to go to jail, and it was just so many awful consequences. And he said, my friends kept telling me, just let it go. Just let it. My friends kept saying, just let it go. And he goes, and I kept thinking to myself, okay, how? And I mean, I perked up on the edge of my seat. So I was like, thankfully, somebody's asking the question I've been asking. Somebody's going to tell me how to let go of things. And he said, so what I did was, I imagined the absolute worst possible outcome that could happen. I'm going to go to jail, my wife is going to divorce me, she's going to remarry another man, he's going to raise my children, I will have no money, nothing left, which were all very real. He was accused of loan fraud in his real estate.